going live and then we'll start the show. Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You're watching live with LWL Lindsay with love. Oh my goodness, let me fix my sweater. Today is May 20th, 2025 on a Tuesday morning. And if you are new to me, welcome. Hi, I'm Lindsay, and I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet. And I do that by helping you transform your life, by making you aware of your energetic powers. You are an energetic being. You have tons of superpowers locked inside of you. It is simply figuring out what limiting beliefs you have, releasing those limiting beliefs, reprogramming the subconscious mind so you can actually succeed and manifest what it is you truly desire. Good morning, Bex. Welcome to the show. Good morning, VIP Deborah. Welcome to the show. Good morning, E. Good morning, VIP Brenda. I think I said that. Welcome. I made it. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I feel a little tired today, you guys. Not gonna lie. I have a lot on my brain because I'm traveling. And anytime I travel, I don't know if this is just a me thing or if this is a you guys thing too, but anytime you travel, thank you for the love you so much, VIP Brenda. Anytime I travel, like leading up to it, even if I don't have a deadline, like I create these weird deadlines for myself, and then I'm like, oh, I have to get this all done. And then like realistically, I don't actually have to get it all done. But in my mind, I want to get as much done as possible because I want to be able to, oh, interesting. Huh. That's new because I want to, sorry, I just noticed something new on my YouTube. But because I want to just really enjoy myself while I'm traveling and like be present with my family and all those things. So I like push and push and push to get a lot done. And then I kind of overexert myself. And that's the state I'm in now. And hello, listen to your energy, Lindsay. Listen to your energy. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go out of the mouth. I had a bit of an emotionally trying day yesterday. A couple of things happened and I want to share them with you, and they're not bad, they're actually really good things, but it built my emotions up, right? So two things happened. Three things actually happened. Let's do three things. Okay, the first thing is I made a public declaration that I am working toward creating some sort of talk show, radio show, interview, whatever. Is this thing on? Okay, I'm like, you know what? I really hate this white screen in the background, but TikTok is not letting me change that for some reason. So weird. Good morning, VIP Erin is in the house. So I made this public declaration around like interviewing people and doing a radio show. I'm like, now it's on my mind, right? So now I'm like playing in the world of ideas, and I'm like, is it a YouTube thing? Is it a podcast Spotify thing? Is it both? Is it none? Is it like people are watching me on their TV thing and then they see me on a set? Like, what is it? Good morning, VIP DTM. Welcome to the show. Sin, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. And so that was a big energetic like burst. When you make those big, thank you for the hand hearts, DTM. Good morning, Tony. When you make those big energetic declarations, it's like you've started something, right? You've created some sort of momentum. And so that was the first thing I did that was a little bit like, whoa, did I just do that? Because now I'm like, I'm a person of integrity. So now I'm going to follow through, which means I'm like, okay, like now let's like get these wheels going and figure out how to follow through. Thank you for the bouquet, VIP Deborah. And so there was that. The second thing that I did yesterday that was different than I've ever done, ever, is I filmed the astrology video for Aries. And I filmed it by showing you the chart, by showing you planets, by circling things, by giving you graphics and kind of moving you through. Oh, we just got to League D1, you guys. Thank you for all of the gifts and thank you for the collaboration inside of the chat, because that's how I grow up in ranking. And so I sat down at my computer and I did this like week by week. First I did like the general transits, then I did a week by week. I'm inspired by another astrologer I watch, and I'm like, this is kind of cool because it's not only showing and teaching you guys like what the planets look like, the glyphs for the planets, the experience, the sextiles, the trines, the this, the that, but it's showing you like how I read the chart. And so that was something out of my comfort zone that pushed me energetically. Okay, so now we're on to two things. I'm like, okay, shit, I just told everybody on TikTok and YouTube that I'm about to have my own talk show. Cool, Lindsay, like that's awesome. Then I was like, okay, like let's just keep growing, let's keep building. And so I created this video in a different format, in a different way, totally unlike what I'm doing. I have to figure out how I'm gonna edit it, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is yesterday we took Pippi back to the surgeon because she is still, she pretends to put her leg down and put weight on it, but she doesn't put weight on it when she's standing. And when she walks until she gets to like a good speed or until she just doesn't feel like using all 4 legs, and then she starts to hop. So this has been a year-long journey of her leg. And I'm like, I just need peace of mind. I need this off of my mind. Like, is she in pain? And if she is, do we need to take the screws out? Like, what is happening with this little dog? I think the conclusion is she's just bratty. And so I will be starting her on a new training regimen today and really getting her back into like listening to mommy and daddy, and we are the boss and she is not the boss. She is 7 pounds of fluff and all of those things. But it was an emotional relief for me because the doctor was like, she is totally fine. We heard her scream like crazy. And the surgeon came back and he's like, she did that because I put her on her side to take the x-ray. And I'm like, oh yeah, she's just so like, it's her way or the highway. So that's on us, right? We have to like get back to training her. So that was like a whole other energetic thing. And I think today I'm just like, today I would like it to be a day of integration, but I do also need to film some videos so that I have everything set up for June for them to go live at the right time. Let me get caught up with the comments. All of that to say, sometimes you do big energetic things, and after you do them, you feel a little bit tired. And that's normal, right? That's normal. Good morning, Maria. Welcome to the chat. Pedal and Pose. VIP Erin says, started interviewing people. I had a dream about you and my new show. Ooh, okay. I love this. Last night, you decided not to overthink it and just started interviewing people and putting it on YouTube. You didn't plan anything except the person. And then it grew crazily and you adapted as it grew. Yeah, that's basically my plan. VIP Erin, so thank you for the confirmation. It's a matter of just like finding people and like shooting an email out saying, hey, this is my platform. Now, the interesting part is going to be like my current platform. And this is another thing, not that I'm overthinking it, but it's about positioning, right? You have to position yourself in a way. If you want to be seen by the world in a certain way, you've got to position yourself in that way, energetically, physically, show up for yourself, be consistent, integrity, morals, all the things, right? So what I'm currently kind of positioned at on TikTok is more astrology based. And I do throw in stuff around subconscious reprogramming. And if you go way back on my page, it's all about energy healing. And so now I've realized like maybe I went a little too far into the astrology. I need to start to reposition myself. The other side of it is I need to do the same thing on YouTube so I can really grow out my YouTube into like a niche, which is like spiritual transformation, energy, but in a way that it showcases all of that and not just astrology, right? So that becomes one of those things where it's like, okay, does anyone actually want to be interviewed by somebody with 300 followers on YouTube? I don't know, but I could say, well, I do have 40,000+ followers on TikTok, and now I'm just growing out my YouTube. And the idea being that I'll probably do like long form interview on YouTube, and then I'll take clips and I'll put them onto TikTok so that people see it and they're like, oh wow, okay, she's on YouTube too, and then bounce over there. And so that's the plan, and it's very loose. I don't go into anything with like a drawn out plan. And I know that sounds really crazy, but intuitively, like what I have come to find, specifically because I used to work with business coaches, like I used to take their courses, sign up, be in their memberships. And it's one of the reasons I really try to stay away from being a business coach. I'm an energy coach, and if you learn your energy, you can learn anything. You can be an entrepreneur, you can be a superstar, you can be the best CEO. Like, I don't care, pick what you want to be. As long as you know your energy, you can be that, right? And so I try, as much as we are growing abundantly monetarily inside of the Cosmic Collective, I try my best to, like keep it energy based, because I do believe that you know your energy, you know it all. That's it. Thank you for making me a cowboy. Yeehaw. I'm going to Michigan to see my family, to the rural Michigan. So there's the cowboy energy I need. So when I go, like when I used to work with business coaches, for example, they would say like, okay, you're on this part of your menstrual cycle, so you should be soft launching. And then this part of your menstrual cycle, you should be planning. And here's all the steps to your launch. And I was like, I would get into such like overthinking mode that it became so like I lost the feeling of what I was creating. And for me, everything is an intuitive flow of life. And so thank you for that, VIP Erin. Thank you for the confirmation, because, and that's also why I teach you guys inside the Cosmic Collective one action system. You don't need some elaborate system. The more complex things are, the slower they take to create. Think about a corporation. The power of like a startup company is there's like 5 brilliant people busting their asses to create something quickly. And then you work in a corporation. And I don't know if you've ever worked in like a huge corporation. I have. And it takes like, there's like 20 middle managers and you need a permission and approval and approval and approval. And by the time you get the approval, 6 months has passed. And you're like, okay, well now I don't even want to do it. Like, I don't even care. Like, the idea is gone. Like, we had a moment in time to like act and we didn't, because everyone had to put their 2 cents in with their approvals, right? And so I think the power of simplicity is the get up and go, right? I had an idea in my brain the other day. It came into my brain in 3 hours. I was to market with my idea. And it's going to happen again, by the way, for Manifesting Club non-members. You can always get the replay for an increased price, but you can. Hey, by the way, Cosmic Collective members that are hanging out with me now, good morning. We are spiritually chatting tonight at 8 p.m. I sent you an email yesterday and it's inside of Discord as well. VIP Sarah says, wow, the new astrology video style sounds like a lot of work for you, but very interesting and helpful for us. Well, what I like about it, Sarah, and it's actually, interestingly, I don't think going to be as much work, and I'll share why. Because when I'm not doing it live on the screen, I'm stopping the camera, I'm looking at my notes, I'm looking at what's happening, and then I'm starting the camera and I'm saying it. And it becomes very like almost theatrical and like a little bit too dramatic in my opinion. And then when I'm doing it live, it's a conversation like this. And so I don't know, I'm gonna test it out and see, because some people might like this idea. And when I teach, I learn, right? And I can learn more and more and more. So sometimes I wonder, like, will it be faster? Because it's kind of almost like we're in a live setting, but it's a Zoom recording. And because it's a live setting, I don't feel as obligated to cut and slice and dice and cut and edit and edit and edit. I'm like here doing it live. And so you're like, okay, I'm giving this girl grace because she's doing it here live. And on top of it, she's teaching me as well. And so I wonder if that's going to be like a superpower. So let's see. Time will tell, right? Yeah, time will tell. So it ended up being a long video, like a longer video. And I think I'm actually going to revisit and probably redo that one. It was like a nice trial run. But now that I've got my footing, like I've got it figured out, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the dang thing. And now I can kind of take off. That's usually how I do it. I usually do like a trial run of something new. And then after that trial run, then I'm like blast off status. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You could turn their questions into long form content on YouTube. Let's see. Wait, have you ever considered bringing up TikTok live viewers for questions here? Hello, Sophie. Welcome to the chat. Bring your winter coat. It's cold this week. I know, VIP Jules. It's literally, we're leaving like 90-degree weather to go to 50. And I'm like, I'm leaving a pool weekend, a long weekend at my pool. And by the way, my family was supposed to come visit me. And then everyone was like, well. And we were like, all right, we'll go visit you. Of course, I do want to go visit my family though, because my grandma, she's 92. I have things I got to talk to my grandma about. I have some big things I want to talk to my grandma about. So anyway, if you're on my newsletter, you know that I mentioned I'm going to ask some questions to my grandma. Once I find out the answers, I'll share them in my newsletter for next Monday, because I think it's going to be quite eye-opening for a lot of people. Not what I asked my grandma, but maybe what you want to ask your parents or your grandma or whoever. I could turn their questions into long form content. Could turn their questions. Yeah, I've done that before. Like I can go onto Quora or Substack or wherever, any question forum, Reddit, and I can just take any energetic question and turn it into like me talking about it as a lesson. But I think the power comes from like two people having a conversation. I think that's what I want it to be. I don't want it to be that I'm like all day, every day, talking for hours on YouTube with you guys, with you guys. I want it to be like, hey, I'm Lindsay, and these are the experiences I had, and I brought this person to talk with me about their experiences they've had. But I do like that idea. I do like that idea. It was 38 this morning, VIP Jules. Oh no. Oh no. VIP Deborah says, unfortunately, all my parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and most of my cousins are already gone. That's okay. I'll ask, well, I think it's not necessarily that you need to ask somebody. It's just like a family history type of thing. So if you know your family history, like I don't really know my family history all that well. And I don't think anyone in our family knows our family history all that well. Like, I think my great grandparents, whatever, we don't need to get into it, but I think my great grandparents were immigrants from Europe somewhere, nobody really knows. And now like here we are in America. And like, I don't consider myself anything but American, right? So but I do have questions about the history, the livelihood of my family in the past. Like, that's what I want to know. I want to know, like, how did they live? certain things because there's a lot of like belief systems rooted, right? And I want to know what those are. I just wondered where I joined live and it was kind of cool. Okay, VIP Erin, yeah, let's talk about it. Maybe you can teach me more or explain a little bit more inside of the spiritual chat today. Let's get going. Let's actually get going in the conversation. So today I want to share with you guys something quite interesting I was thinking about. It. VIP Deborah says, I do ask my pendulum though. Yeah, you can ask your pendulum. You have probably, I know all the history and where they came. I've done all the background entries. Oh, well then VIP Deborah, you don't have questions I have. You probably are. I wish I would have been more curious when mine were alive. Yeah, that's why. This is my this is my grandma. She one grandma left, and there are things I think I need to know, specifically around like energetics of being seen, energetics of consumption, like. I don't want to tell you yet. I'm just going to stop myself. I don't want to tell you yet. I want to figure it out. And then I want it to be, ta-da, a surprise. Not a surprise, but you know. But yeah, VIP Mel L says, my paternal side has a book tracing our roots back to 1093. Holy cow, that is really cool. VIP Jewel says, I found out that I'm a descendant of Sarah Good. And as soon as I found it out, it all made sense. Oh, descendant of Sarah Good. Do I know who that is? Okay, let's get into the conversation. Let's actually start the show because now we're 37 minutes in, and actually we're technically 17 minutes in because I was 20 minutes late. Sorry guys, it was just one of those days, energetically just one of those days. First witch on witch trials. Oh, I was like, the name sounds familiar. Yeah, I am absolutely certain that I'm from a line of witches. What I'm actually certain about is that I think all women technically feel like they're from a line of witches because of women's intuition. Women are super psychic in general. Anyway, this is not a stereotypical conversation and I don't want to turn it that way. It's not men versus women. It just simply is. And I think a lot of women, once their intuition really fully connects, they have a witch wound that needs to be healed. I just simply believe that. Yeah, witch, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into this conversation either, but I don't know if you guys have been seeing like the ginger trend on TikTok and like what's been happening in that world. But I will say, like, just being a ginger in general, like in high school, we went to Boston and we went to Salem. We did like a city tour of like all the different graves and they talked about the witch trials and this and this and this. And the tour guide was so kind as to point out that if you had red hair, instantly you were done. Like you were going to be found and you were going to be gone, physically speaking. And like of course I'm the only redhead in my class, and every single person just looks at me. And in my mind right then and there, I thought to myself, well, hell yeah. Like I was excited. I was like, I'm a witch for sure. Like whatever, whatever. I think we're all witches. I think all women are. That's my own personal belief on that conversation. Anyway, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so I want to remind most of you listening what the difference is between being stuck, which I used to say you need to get unstuck. You're stuck. You're stuck. And I don't even like the word stuck anymore. Like I want to kind of delete it from my vocabulary because like meh, it doesn't help you out. Like the word stuck does not help you out when it comes to manifesting. So think about it like this. I'm going to give it away right now. Just get it out of the way. And then we're going to talk some Bob Proctor stuff because it kind of taps into the same idea. And you guys know I love Grandpa Bob. So when you are stuck versus when you are in the middle of the manifestation, there are only two things. There's only one thing that differentiates that experience. And it is whether or not you are taking action. If you are taking action, you are not stuck. You are in the middle of a manifestation. If you are trying to manifest something and you are not doing a damn thing to create it, you are stuck. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's night and day. It's not that difficult to understand, right? So if somebody were to come to me and say, I am stuck, I would say, what are you doing? What are you physically doing? What are you mentally doing, spiritually doing, emotionally doing? What are you doing? And I will say, well, I'm doing X, Y, Z and X, Y, Z. I would say, well, then you're not stuck. You're just simply in the middle. And the middle feels like stuck. It feels kind of crappy because you're working, you're exerting yourself, you're taking action, hopefully aligned action, so you're not working too hard, but you're working nonetheless, or what feels like work perhaps, in the form of creating by taking action. And when you're working and nothing is happening, that does feel like stuck. That feels like crap. I remember that feeling when I was first starting my business. For 2+ years, I felt very stuck. Nothing's happening. Why isn't it happening? Where is everybody? Why isn't it happening? And you keep trying and you keep trying, and eventually things start to actually come into physical form, right? So if you're feeling stuck, then you need to ask yourself, what am I doing? And if the answer is not a dang thing for what I desire, then it's time to take action. Today, you've got to start taking action. You can't just sit on your sofa, okay? Aaron, thank you for, VIP Aaron, thank you for lighting up my gift gallery. I appreciate you. It's interesting because I'm in D1 still and I go live Monday through Wednesday. Will I ever go back to B5? Probably not, because I'm not gonna go live every single day, I don't think. Well, damn, VIP Jewel says, LOL. So you got to think about it. Like, most people want health, money, and love. Those are the 3 big things. If you want love, are you putting yourself out there? Are you going on dates? Are you talking to the cute person down the way? Are you letting your coworkers know, hey, do you have any single friends that are good people that you know might want to take me on a date? Are you putting yourself out there? Like, it's not going to just fall into your lap. You can't be sitting in your home and like all of a sudden like the hottest person you've ever seen that's got every quality you've ever wanted under the sun just is like, oh, marry me. Like, what? No, that's not going to happen, right? If you want health, optimal health, like think about what you're consuming. Think about getting your steps in, moving your body, right? Reading like mind expanding things. And if you want money, then go get your money because the universe is abundant for all. You've got to do something to get more money, right? Like, do you need a second job? Do you need a side hustle? Do you need to invest your money in a high yielding account? I don't know. Like, I don't know what your strategy is, but you've got to do something. Maybe you just have to manage the money you have better now, and then it will grow. There's a billion ways. There's a billion ways. So Bob Proctor says, we've got to start seeing the good instead of fixing the bad. And he's like, think about it. When you're cold, like the first thing that you think of when you're cold is like to go get a sweater, to start the fire, to do so. Like the first thing you do when you're cold, you're not thinking like, how am I going to eliminate this cold, this chill in my body? No, you're like, how am I going to get warmer, right? So VIP Jewel says, I just need to buckle down and take initiative. Just gotta take one action. You got this, right? Yeah, VIP Aaron says, you got this, girl. Just one action, one simple action, whatever that is for you, VIP Jewels. I think I know. We can talk about it in the spiritual chat today if you're going tonight at 8 p.m. So he says, like, we got to think about it like this too. We're always moving toward pleasure and away from pain. We're always moving toward pleasure and away from pain. So you're not fixing the bad, you're moving toward the good. We're moving toward the good. Now, sometimes you have to fix the bad. Like if there's a miscommunication in a relationship, you talk it out, whatever. But that's still moving toward the good, moving toward the ease of life, right? So Bob Proctor, I'm listening to something on YouTube, and somebody, I don't know if it's, I didn't even look to see the channel, but it's like a compilation of like Bob's like best talks, like the 11 laws, blah, blah, blah. And I just love learning from him. To me, he's like one of the most beautiful humans because he left us so much knowledge and information, and like for that I'm forever grateful because he really has changed my life. Even though I've never met him, I've never paid for a Bob Proctor class, I listened to him for free on YouTube and he still managed to change my life, right? So anyone can change your life if you're interested in changing your life. And he says that when you start to see the good, when you actually visualize it, when you see it as present in your mind, he says, the second that you've got the idea in your mind, you've got it intellectually. You've already got it intellectually. He says the second that you internalize it, you've got it emotionally. And he says, and then it's only a period of time before you attract it physically. Yesterday, I told you, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, oh, my printer is happy about this conversation. My printer is like some weird confirmation energetically for me. Yeah, hey girl. I should give her a name. I don't like to name inanimate objects, like cars and stuff, but anyway. she's happy with this. But yesterday I decided I had this idea in my mind to start interviewing people and like really opening my network to unique people. I am the type of person, like if I were to put together a dinner party, it would be like the most eclectic, strange group of people you've probably ever met. Because for me, everyone is a little bit interesting. Like you could tell me something really cool and I'm like, what? Like I just think it's cool that you know something I don't know. So I love that feeling. And so I idealized, I got it in my mind, now I have it intellectually, I internalized it. I'm like, okay, I'm talking to my partner yesterday, I'm like, do you think so-and-so would be able to help me with this? Like, what do you think I should do? He's like, well, position yourself and then maybe you can pitch it. I started watching YouTube videos yesterday on how to pitch TV shows, how to pitch ideas to networks and whatever. I'm already like learning it, you guys. I just like, boom, idea, let's start learning. And now Bob Proctor tells me it's only a period of time before I attract it physically. So I say, okay, I shall wait. But, I shall not sit and wait and do nothing, because that would mean I'm stuck. And there's nothing worse than having something in your heart and not doing anything about it, because then you're never gonna get it, and that sucks. That literally sucks. That sucks. It's a bad feeling. That's why people feel frustrated and impatient and all those low vibrational things, because they have an idea in their heart and they don't do anything about it. And by the way, like the one thing you can do to become very empowered is take action. And empowerment is one of those kind of key energies for manifesting your best life, right? So I feel like I'm gonna just do these interviews. I will start searching and finding new people and asking them into my vortex, vetting them out a little, making sure that it's not some strange whatever. But also I think, what is strange? Like I kind of like strange. I'm like, the weirder for me, like the more out there, the more I'm like, wow, tell me more. Like, then what happened? Then what happened, right? Oh, not this again, not Cameragate. VIP Jamie says, so I was simultaneously watching the TikTok and YouTube streams. The room is flipped on YouTube. Yes, going way back to the couch, yes. We are not doing Cameragate again. It is what it is. It's two different cameras. I have a phone and I have a webcam, right? I have a phone and I have a webcam. I feel like I want to get another webcam. Like, and just keep streaming. I'm just a streamer, like... Yeah, we're calling that Cameragate, and I feel like I'm done with Cameragate. So what do you guys think? I would ask you then to like really get honest with yourself, because awareness is a form of honesty, and when you can become honest with yourself, like truly honest with yourself, like am I really pushing myself out of my comfort zone? Or am I playing small? Am I really taking action? And if I'm taking action, is it action that is in alignment with my goal? That's important, right? Because say you have a goal of like making X amount of dollars, excuse me, or for me, like I have a goal of 100,000 followers. That's my current goal. But you guys know I want 20 million, I want millions, like whatever. Let's just like get the information out there. For me, it's like, let's get the information out there. It's like a news channel, but not mainstream media. That's propaganda. It's like actually teaching you awareness. And so if I were to make TikToks and only make one TikTok a week, would I be actually taking aligned action toward my goals? I would say no. Even today, like lately, I post like one or two at most a day. My coach told me only post 3 at most a day. But what I just told you at the beginning of the show is I'm realizing that I'm posting all astrology content. Why? Because there's a lot happening in the sky and there's always things moving and grooving. And I recognize that people enjoy astrology, but I've tweaked the astrology content to say, this is what you do. If I were you, I would do XYZ this week. That's the weeklies this week. I'm like, this is how you use this energy. So it's not for entertainment. It's for you to transform your life, for you to do your own push-ups, build your own muscles, build your awareness, actually create your best reality. But now I have to start putting in some subconscious stuff. I need to start talking about other things, right? Astrology isn't the only awareness tool. Have I drank some water this morning? Yeah, I have. I feel like my makeup is so dark. You guys had to, it's the lighting, but I had to change my like powder. Oh, hi, Jess. Welcome to the show. VIP Aaron says to VIP Jamie, I was thinking about you this weekend when I was building my new garden area. You inspired me. Yeah, and then that was, oh, VIP Aaron, thank you for that. Because then the other thing I was thinking is this morning, if you are stuck, right? If you feel stuck, and you are taking action. So you can release the idea that you're stuck. You're in the middle of a manifestation. So you've reframed, but you're still a little bit annoyed because it is kind of frustrating to be in the middle of a manifestation, right? It is like, ugh, like when is it coming to me? Where is my manifestation? Then I would say create something, a safety net, a fallback, a system for when I'm frustrated, I do this. For me, I get up and I start walking. If I'm getting annoyed if technology isn't working, I get up and I start walking. I will just pace my house. And it's not like a pace, like an angry pace. It's like a ground the energy, let it go. Because anytime you move the body, you're releasing energy. You're reconfiguring your energy, right? So, what's your safety net? What's your fallback for when you're really pissed off and you're over it? And you want to just like throw in the towel, but you know, energetically speaking, it is the worst thing for you to do, so you don't do it. And instead you do this thing, right? This thing. In NLP, they call that something, and I can't remember what it's called. But there's a term for it where rather than like doing the bad habit, smoking the cigarette, if you're trying to quit, you go take a deep breath of fresh air, and it's called maybe a switch or something like that. Switching. VIP Aaron says, well, my new summer routine included spending time in my garden, so I had to build it, LOL. VIP Deborah says, nature, grounding, talking to my plants, my trees, petting my cats, works all the time. I clean most of the time when I feel like that. Yeah, and that's positive, right? Because you're like, okay, I'm frustrated, I'm gonna get this energy out and clean. So now, not only am I releasing the frustration, but now I have a very organized space so the energy can flow nice and smooth, right? If you're feeling chaos, the first thing I would do is look around and think, like, do I need to organize something? Is my bed still unmade? Are there dishes in the sink? Are there clothes in the laundry that need to be folded? Like, there's something that's a little bit not in a full array, in disarray, that could be situated better in order to move the energy and flow it in a nice way, right? Similarly, like for me, I know how to get more material things, like nice material things. The one way that I can always manifest a new nice material thing, whether I'm purchasing it or it's a gift from my partner, is by taking care of the very nice things I already have. Like my sunglasses always go back into the case. My shoes are always put away, one facing forward, one facing back, because I just love a luxurious little moment in my life. The clothing always gets hung back up in order of like t-shirt, like length, sleeve length, color. Why? Because it's like, that feels good. It's luxurious. Like you wouldn't walk into a clothing store unless it's like a Goodwill and things are just like splattered everywhere. Colors are all crazy. Sizes don't matter. That's like the most, like I can't shop like that. Like it's like so annoying, right? Unless you're like somebody who like really likes the thrill of a find. I don't know. It's not for me. I love like a luxurious experience. I want my life to feel like I'm stepping into the nicest hotel. Even if I don't have a big space or the nicest things, I will still organize it in a way that it feels that way for me. Why? Because I know how to set a scene. And if I can set a scene in my everyday life, then to walk into that scene feels very much like my everyday life. And so then I can propel myself into those scenes quite easily, right? There's nothing better than walking into a 5-star hotel lobby. I promise you, it just feels good. People are like, welcome, Mr. and Ms. So-and-so. Let me get your bags for you. Let us valet your car. Oh my gosh, your little dog is so cute. Would you like a refreshment? Would you like a water? It's nice. It feels good, right? So you set it up for yourself, and then when you enter into those scenes, it's very normal. All right. Let's see. So back to VIP Jules' comment, cleaning is a good scene setup. Encratia, is that how you say it? Why is this like so many things I've never heard today? I love this. Encratia. What does it mean? It's the only term I can think for that. Self-control mindset. Good morning, Lala. Sigh, VIP says, now I feel like I need to clean up my closet. Well, don't do that. Don't sidetrack yourself. If you are feeling really ungrounded, maybe you do need to clean out your closet. Maybe, I don't know. But if you're not, don't sidetrack yourself. I'm saying sometimes it's a switch. Like, say you're really frustrated writing, you feel like you have writer's block or something. Then I would say, okay, go do something productive outside of whatever it is that's writing, so you can switch, get the energy out. Thank you for the crown, DTM. Good morning, Lisa. VIP Lisa, thank you for the flower. And then come back to the writing, tap into flow state, and keep going. Reminding yourself you're not stuck. You're not stuck if you're taking action. You're simply in the middle of a manifestation. And it's not up to you for the timing of it all. You don't get to choose the timing. You simply just keep going in faith and in trust and in knowing and in expectation and excited yet calm anticipation, right? Patient yet excited anticipation. And krataya. What does it mean? I'm learning a new word today. Enkrataya. Okay, here we go. I'm Googling it right now. Self-control. Okay, it's a Greek word. Self-control. Well, I mean, isn't that like the power of the mind? If you have self-control, it means that you've got a regulated nervous system. It means you're unbothered. It means you're empowered. It means you know you're worthy because you exist. If you could just like tap into that belief, I know I'm worthy because I exist, like you would open up a whole new world for yourself, right? It's just a simple belief, but alas, people believe that they're not for some reason. VIP Jewel says VIP Aaron, I feel that. Daughter is moving to campus in August and my house is disorganized. In her wake. Yeah, but you know what? Then she'll be on campus and then you can get organized. It doesn't have to happen all at once. It's just simply like an idea, right? An idea of like, if you are feeling a little bit ungrounded, look around you and see what you could maybe organize, put together in a way that's a little bit less chaotic so you feel more grounded. It's just an energy trick. It's just an energy trick. My eyes are so sensitive today. All right. So what do you guys think about this? Are you moving toward warmth or are you trying to eliminate the cold? Eliminating the cold to me is like resistance. It's like you're resisting what is rather than like being like, how could I achieve something that feels more desirable? Which is basically you just simply following your heart's desires. And that is the simplest energetic trick as well to creating your best reality. But once again, there's things like fear of judgment, being seen, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. There's so many things that people are afraid of. Unfortunately. VIP Deborah says, I did love the email this morning. The greatest superpower is in this reality. Oh, thank you for that. I'm going to try writing an email every single day. Sometimes they're going to be short and sweet. Sometimes they're going to be like more emotional. Sometimes they're going to be like join the Cosmic Collective. Mostly educational and awareness, right? DTM says, great advice. VIP DTM says, great advice. It really helps. VIP JV says, we both have ADHD, so we have sorting piles, random areas of random things, little bowls. Yeah, bowls of random screws, little parts of whatever Chris is working on. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. But I mean, also, that is, once again, like an awareness. I'm aware that I create these little piles, but I'm also aware that I have the power to stop creating these little piles. Right? Like, for me, like, if I bring something into my home, it has a place. And if it has a place, then that's how I can bring more in if I wanted to, right? But it is what it is, right? VIP Lala says, can I just say that the land surveyor showed up yesterday, finally? Yay, Lala. Lala, you've been manifesting your new addition on your home for a minute, and it is on its way, right? It's on its way. What did you do? Can you tell us in the chat what you did? You stayed focused, probably stayed positive, assumed that the surveyor would come, assumed that your addition would be on the way, because you know how to manifest your best life, right? Because you know. That's wonderful. Emails put out great energy. Something, VIP Jamie says, or something. Yeah, it is, like, right? Like, you've got to make that decision. Because sometimes we can be aware of something, but if we're aware of it and it's a hindrance, then we've got to somehow change it. But if it's not a hindrance, then okay. I would do a test. Actually, if I were you, VIP Jamie, because I don't have that problem. I don't want to say it's a problem. I don't have that experience in my reality. But if I were you, what I would do is a little bit of a test, an experiment. I would say, okay, this one room is always going to be organized. And I'm going to see energetically how I feel when I spend time in this organized room versus this room, which is little piles, trinkets, whatever, and that's okay, because that's that room for that. And you can see, and you can start to test your energy. Do I feel a different way? Or is it the same feeling no matter what? And if it's the same feeling, then no matter what, then just dang, live your life, put your little piles everywhere. Who cares, right? Who cares? So you can do an experiment on yourself. Because you guys know I love a good experiment. VIP Aaron says to VIP Jules, my two just got home, so I feel this. Those darned kids. Just kidding. My mom probably feels that way when we come home for a visit too. We bring in like so much luggage and everything, and then all of a sudden it's like, we're there, it's like a storm, it's like a tornado, and then we're gone. Oh, interesting, Sarah. You don't seem to be getting my emails. Huh. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Lala says, a mental picture of it with your voice behind me. Ooh, I love that, Lala. VIP Jewel says to Aaron, yeah, it's her first apartment, so she's gathering all of the things. It's like 2 households. The beautiful part I think for me, when I left my home, my parents' home that I grew up in, and I moved to my own apartment, like I realized the power of like organization and stuff, and like cleaning and what it takes, the energy of it. Not to say I didn't have to clean my room and my house and like do the chores when I was little, but you just put a little bit more, there's more like a pride in it, right? So it's probably a good thing, VIP Jules. Let her take all the things. Let her experience like what it means to have all the things in her own space. VIP Jamie says, yes, I can do that. Okay, VIP Jamie, do it, maybe. Give it a shot, and then report back in like 30 days. I don't know. That gives the same little vibe of a little girl putting all the things in a new purse. Yeah, right? So cute. VIP Aaron says to VIP Sarah, Sarah, Aaron says to you to search that she just checked her inbox. She just checked receipts show up in her inbox, but if your Gmail and your Gmail is sorted, now I go into the promotions, which is so annoying. Unless you're like checking me and emails for me daily. Aw, you guys are so sweet to each other. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns about the topic of conversation today? Are you stuck? Are you stuck? Or are you just in the middle? And if you're just in the middle, release the idea that you're stuck, because having this thought that you are stuck is actually propelling you to be staying in the middle. Now, I don't want you to even have the idea that you're in the middle, but I think it does help lessen this idea that you're stuck. It lightens it up. But rather than even saying that you're in the middle, you could just say, I'm creating. I'm creating. I've created, right? The only way you find them is to search my name. Oh, okay, Sarah. Got it. Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, give it a shot. I can double check on my end, Sarah, and I can see who sees my emails. I have a really powerful email system. I can see who reads my emails, who unsubscribes from an email, who clicks an email but doesn't buy, who clicks and clicks and clicks and clicks and still is not in the Cosmic Collective. I like it. Sometimes I look. Other times I don't, but sometimes I do because I do like resends and stuff like that. Bax says, I marked you as a favorite so it doesn't go to promotion. Oh, thanks, Bax. That's super sweet of you. I appreciate that. In the middle, moving on this week, VIP Deborah says, yep, just keep moving on. Just keep it moving. If you keep it moving, you're not actually ever stuck. And especially if you're taking the aligned actions. I would ask yourself, if your goal, like if my goal is to have new people join the Cosmic Collective every day, that is one of my goals. What are my actions? I'm sending emails every day. I'm not always asking to join the Cosmic Collective, but I'm talking about it. I have the Cosmic Collective right here on TikTok for people to see. I talk about it in my TikTok videos sometimes, like I'll put a little blurb in the middle about it, join the Cosmic Collective. So I'm taking the aligned actions. Now, whether people join every day is not up to me, right? I hope to experience that. Oh, that is so cute. Thank you for that, for the budding heart, Jamie. I hope to experience that, but at the same time, like, I will continue to take action. The timing for me is not my job. It's not my job. It's God, Source, Universe, Creator's job, right? All right, you guys. Instead of trying to eliminate the cold, we find a way to get warmer. Instead of trying to eliminate, anything. Instead of trying to, instead of eliminating fear, we move toward faith. So sometimes it's not about the release. Sometimes it's just about the, I'm here right now. This is what it is, and move it forward. VIP Aaron says to Bax, I need to do that, but I loathe my personal email, and I don't even check it daily. Oh my goodness. Time to turn on that space heater. Go on, VIP Jules. VIP Aaron, you loathe your personal email? No. It's probably, my guess is you have a lot of promotional stuff. Do you have you're on a lot of lists? I go through and unsubscribe to a lot of things often. I just have to, because I'm okay, this is not important, and I cannot have my brain focused on this. Bob Proctor says, the second that you've got the idea in your mind, you've got it intellectually. The second that you internalize it, you've got it emotionally. And then it's only a period of time before you attract it physically. Abraham Hicks says that the second that you have a thought in your brain, you are 99.9% to manifestation. Doesn't it make you wonder, how long then? If we're thinking in terms of time, which I know doesn't exist, but let's just have a little fun for a second, right? If the thought is that close to the manifested form, then does that mean sometimes it takes years for the thought to even get to us? I don't know. So it's an interesting thought. I have Unroll Me, but it isn't working, so I get about 300 emails a day. What is I don't know what Unroll Me is. It must be some sort of unsubscribe or something. VIP Jewel says to VIP Aaron, I spent an entire day cleaning and organizing mine over winter break, life-changing. VIP Mel L says, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, I've done that too, VIP Jules, where I just sit down and I'm delete, unsubscribe, 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 delete. But then I always end up subscribing to something new or whatever, so. I did that a few weeks ago. It cleared out about 10K. Still have 3K unread. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have a lot unread too, but a lot of them I don't need to read. I just pick and choose. It's supposed to be where you get one email with all of your subscriptions. Oh, interesting. That's cool. Lala says, I'm rooming patients and listening to you in the background. Don't think I'm ignoring anybody. We don't think that, Lala. Don't worry. You just got to throw the whole thing out. I know, right? Just delete. Sometimes I just do that. I just look up, if I know, for example, I get a lot of Amazon emails, right? Because you have Amazon Prime, you have grocery Whole Foods delivery, you have purchases on Amazon. And sometimes I just type Amazon and I just delete it all. I'm if it was important, they'll send another one. For real, I thought about starting over, VIP Aaron says, right? Anyway, all right, let's go to manifesting, you guys. Let's manifest. You can go to the promotions folder, except for if my name is in it, star it, put it in your inbox, and then you can just delete all those too. Going to the beach this weekend. Go on, Lala. That's nice. We are leaving Wednesday night. As a reminder, you guys, we're leaving Wednesday night and heading to Michigan. So Thursday, Cosmic Collective members, I might be live, I might pop into the live chat, but probably not video, but let's see how I feel. Depends on how early my partner wants to get on the road, because he is an early bird. And I would like to open my eyes when they open. So there's that. And I'm sure he'll want to start driving very early, so just wake up and say, let's go. And I'll say, coffee, please. VIP Aaron says to Lala, ooh, yay, nice. We're headed to the lake, but going to be cold and rainy. Yeah, what's up with that? Come on, man. All right, let's get out our journals. This is Dr. James Doty. He says, he's a neurosurgeon. He said he has proven, not just he says he has proven So I guess he says, and has proven, that the body does in fact change. The body physically changes when we are manifesting. I think that's really cool. I think that's like the science is catching up to the energy and to the spirituality of it all, and it's merging, and I think that's where the power lies. Like, you can't throw away the science, but you can also throw away this idea that we're energetic beings. And when you can bring those two together, you become a spiritual scientist of sorts. And then that's when the games begin, right? You start to experiment with your life. Maybe Jamie actually does the experiment, tells us how it goes, right? And then all of a sudden, you're in a new reality. You are in a new reality. Step 1, write out your desires. I changed mine yesterday, so I have to reread it. I vividly see myself. Add in your 5 senses. Dr. James Doty doesn't tell you to add in the 5 senses in his 4-step formula, but Lindsay does. Why? Because you're going to act out a scene in step 4. You need to understand what the scene entails, right? I vividly see myself. So I wrote down on my own set, but I don't know if I vividly see myself on my own set, but I don't want to overcomplicate it. I vividly see myself interviewing people. How about that? Because that would imply I can be on YouTube, I can be on Zoom, I can be in my house, I can be on my yacht, I can be in the yard. Like on the grass somewhere. I vividly see myself interviewing interesting people. Because everybody is interesting, by the way, everybody. And I hear myself having an empowering, fulfilling, transformational conversation. Good morning, Kiki Law on YouTube. Welcome to the show. And I feel, now I feel. So I've seen, now I'm hearing, and now I feel. And I feel so proud and fulfilled. That I'm helping so many people heal and manifest their best lives. The best part about like manifest their best lives, period. The best part about like you being here with me in real time is that there's nobody that can come say that I have not manifested this, right? Like, how could you say I didn't manifest it? Because you've been with me in real time. I saw these TikToks, I saw a TikTok this morning, and the girl was like, you guys notice like the propaganda on TikTok? I don't even know if I can say this. I hope I don't get in trouble. But she was talking about like bots being like overly aggressive in chats, being mean. I do think I get a lot of, like, I get some bots that are just like mean. She was talking about like certain people as like actors, like paid actors by the powers that be. I do believe this, right? I do think there are some like paid actors out there. And then in the comments, there was people like shouting out other creators. And I thought to myself, I would actually feel like, of course I wouldn't feel devastated because I know who I am and I know the soul and the heart and the experience and the growth that I've put into my platform. So I wouldn't feel so bothered by it, but I would feel like, maybe I would feel bothered. I don't want to say like devastated, but if somebody were to say that about my platform that I like worked hard to build, not worked hard, but you know what I mean? Like I put love and intention and soul into it, only to be called like a plant or like a paid actor or something, right? But then they pointed out certain accounts and they were like, yeah, like look at this account. And I was like, oh. And then it opened my mind to certain things. I was like, oh, interesting. Anyway, the power of this live experience is that you get to see it in real time. You get to see that I'm growing in real time. That's cool. In my opinion. Nomad Deluxe says, Lindsay, so glad to catch a live with you. I love your platform. You have done an incredible job. Well, thank you so much for that. Perfect timing, huh? Don't you just love a little kiss from the universe? Oh, that was a very sweet of you to say. So thank you for being here. Lala says, I'm looking for, let's see what was happening. I understand that. Coffee, please. I know, right? VIP Tony says, Lala says to VIP Aaron, you're still away and can look at the lake. You're gonna have an amazing time. That's true. I'm looking forward to the windburn on the ocean. It's gonna be 65 or 70, but that means colder. Yeah. I mean, we're leaving such warm weather to go to the cold. What the heck are we thinking? Aren't we supposed to be moving away from the cold to the warmth? We're going opposite. Ah! What are the odds of that? The VIP says to Lala, that's what I said. I have a writing retreat Wednesday through Friday, so the stillness will be needed. Yeah, I love that. VIP Jamie says, I'm so stoked for lake time. We have tornado weather this last week, so it's cold in the water. Whoop, burp. Amazing, Spider-Man. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. VIP Deborah says, love this. Yeah. Actually, I had another person, a really kind person, and I need to find their comment. I need to go through my comments and start replying to people, which is something I haven't really done a lot of this week because I've been creating a lot. But, you know, keep the social in social media. I think that's part of it, and I think this will be a way that I connect with a lot of people. In fact, I could probably put a TikTok out, you guys, and just say, like, hey, I'm looking for really interesting people that have had interesting spiritual experiences to interview. If that's you, please email me. I mean, I'll just open the doors. Like, I don't even have to go searching, right? I technically probably don't even have to go searching. That's really cool. That's lucky. But I put in the effort, right? So anyway, I had somebody tell me that they were really proud of my growth. I thought, wow, that's very sweet of a stranger to tell me. They were like, I've been watching you for a really long time, and I can see how you've gone from being a little bit more nervous about your astrology and like a little bit timid to being very passionate and fueled with love about it. And I just think that's like cool. Something along those lines. And I thought, what a freaking nice comment. What a nice comment. Anyway. If you've had an interesting experience and you want to be one of the first people that I interview on my brand new podcast, talk show, radio show, I really don't know how it's going to go. Could be a TV show, shit, I don't know. I'm letting the wind take me. I'm letting my heart fuel me. It's a path and it has a heart, so I'm following it. If you would like to be that with me, I'm going to have to learn how to be an interviewer. But that's probably not that. I shouldn't say that's not that hard to do. There is skill in that. There's talent, but I think I can do that. I can cultivate that. Then email me, Lindsay@lindsaywithlove.com. Lindsay with an A. Did I do that? Yep, I did. You know, I don't feel so nervous because there's 19 people listening, but I'm going to put it out there to my, I'll probably put it out on my stories first, and then maybe out to like my broader audience. No Bad Deluxe says, yes, I 100% agree with them. Also, just your posting strategies, video formats, etc. It's been awesome watching you grow. That is very sweet of you. Thank you for that. Jamie says, VIP Jamie says, I can't wait to be interviewed by you. It'll be super cool. I'll take a yacht interview. Yeah, VIP Jamie. Actually, anyone inside the Cosmic Collective, you guys are in the collective because something spiritually has likely happened to you, whether it was your awakening, whether it was like a profound experience. And I know that because I've had those experiences, and that's the energy I'm putting out. It's like an openness around like, what is some wild thing that has happened to you that probably nobody believes, but I will believe you because I've had wild things happen to me. Like, I get it. Like, things that are not explainable in this like physical time, space reality that are just not explainable. I've experienced those. And by the way, did you guys hear of this new crop circle? I know that we're in the middle of manifesting, but I just have to share one more thing. Did you guys hear about this crop circle? This new one? Super cool. Did you guys see it? Thought that's interesting. Could interview the crop circle people. I don't know. Like, I'm interested in it all. I did hear something so sad though. There's a guy who's been traveling around the world, oh my gosh, to all these different archaeological digs and sites. And by the way, when I was little, I wanted to be an archaeologist as well as an astronaut. Anyway, and he said that they dig just enough to make it profitable as a site where many people would want to become like a tourist destination, and then they stop. And then he says that they build like pieces to put into to like keep it standing or whatever. And I'm like, and like my whole kind of world, like it's like my world was like, it's like when I found out like WWF wasn't real when I was 12. It was like that. I was like, what? They've been lying to us this whole time? I learned that this weekend, so I hope I just didn't burst anybody's bubble. Yacht Sisters, a VIP Mel L says. Let that wind blow. VIP Deborah says, VIP Jamie says, I have lots of spiritual death stories. Very cool. Jules says, you can interview me once I manifested my 4 million. Well, why don't I manifest you along the way? And it's like milestones, right? Everything is a milestone. Like, to me, I'm excited when I hit 40, I was excited. When I hit 50, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be excited when I hit 60, 70, 80. And it's not just like those nice round 10s, right? It's like when I hit 42, I'm at 41.5, I'm going to be excited, right? So I'll interview you along the way. How about that? Because the journey, the beauty is in the journey. You've got this, Tony says. VIP DTM says, I'm here for you. Thank you for that. VIP Jamie says, I'm going to be big when it comes to alternative death and dying processes. I feel it. I believe that. Like 100% I believe that. You're already positioned, right? You're already positioned. That's what I'm talking about, positioning. Like, what is the goal and are you positioned? And if you're positioned, you're going to achieve it. But you've got to be cool with yourself. You got to say, this is what I bring to the table. I'm going to position. And it's not like tricking. It's not manipulation. It's not whatever. It's strategy and understanding that that's part of creating your reality, taking action. What is a strategy other than you like writing down how you're going to take action anyway, right? VIP Deborah says to VIP Jamie, you've got this, girl. I feel this all along. Yep. I'm 3K-ish in so far. I'll take the modest start. LOL, VIP Jewel says. All right. Step 2, read it silently. Step 3, read it out loud. So I hope you wrote it down. I'm going to do that. VIP Jamie says, I'm perfectly positioned to receive it all. Yes, you are. You are. You actually, like, you are in a real... For what I believe that your goal is, because we've kind of loosely talked about it, based on what you're doing now, you're in a super perfect position. Step 4, let's get our hand chakras going and let's act out this scene. What is the scene? Well, for me, I'm on Zoom, I'm on YouTube, I'm talking to people. That's my scene, so I'm going to act that out. You have to act out yours. So we're going to get our hand chakras going. Close the eyes, hands on the heart, deep breath in through the nose, not deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full, let it go. We're going to breathe into the front of the heart chakra through the nose. And on the exhale, we're letting the energy, we're giving energy out of the heart. And on the inhale, we're receiving energy through the heart, opening up the heart chakra, big, 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 wide, 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 touch the central sun. And on the exhale, we're taking this energy from the central sun, we're bringing it to our heart space, we're giving energy out of the heart, and at the same time releasing any little dust bunnies that are no longer serving us. Let's not make it so serious, right? The weight, the emotional weight that we place on something is like an anchor. And if your anchors are really heavy, how are you going to move your ship? Breathing in one more time to the front of the heart chakra. And letting it go through the nose, through the heart. Bringing your awareness and your attention to the back of the heart chakra, in between the shoulder blades, breathing into the back of the heart chakra. Letting it go. Receiving into the back of the heart chakra, opening up the chakra, big, 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 wide, wide, wide. And on the exhale, bringing the energy from the central sun to your heart space, giving through the back of the heart chakra. Receiving in one more time. Giving one more time. And now act out your scene. I've got to figure out some movements in my scene because like sitting here talking to my camera is not very movementy. It doesn't have a lot of action in it. I don't know, maybe I'm going to put a headset on, so I just put my headphones or something. We are live and on the air. That's it. Just act it out. That's all you got to do. VIP Jamie says, I'm reading a book called The Empath Experience and it's been very validating. Lala says, I need to make a fruity Cheerio salad candle. Smelling. A food Cheerio salad candle. What? That is awesome. A fruity smelling a fruity smelling candle. That's a good, what is that game called? Mad Libs or something? Food Cheerio salad candle. Food Cheerio salad candle. Food Cheerio salad candle. Food Cheerio. Can you guess what I'm saying? 80 odor runt, 80 odor runt, 80 odor runt. I used to love that game when I was little. Just random bit of us, VIP Jamie says. Random bit of info. Oh my gosh, what is up with the text, the talk to text? You guys are funny today. No Bad Deluxe says, gotta go to the gym, but it's great to catch you live. Thank you so much. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for your sweet, kind words. I do go live Monday through Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can catch me on replay on YouTube at I Am Lindsay with Love. So I hope to see you back in the chat. Nomad Deluxe. VIP Air says, Lala, I'm cracking up. A Cheerio candle would probably be popular. I know, I was like, oh, fruity Cheerios. Like Fruit Loops. I'm like Fruity Pebbles. You guys are too cute. Let's get on the energetic wave. I need some energy today. I think I'm gonna go like get some steps after this, kind of like pump up the jams, pump it up, pump it up. Now I want Fruity Pebbles. And then I'm going to record as many videos as your girl can record in one day without overexerting myself. My goal is 6. I would like to record Aries through Virgo today. And if I can do that, oh, I'm onto something. All right, I buy a fruity Cheerio candle. Jamie says I'm not even talk to text. LOL, that's funny. All right, closing the eyes, deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Letting it go. One more deep breath in. Letting it go. What if today is the day that you decide to move toward warmth instead of trying to eliminate the cold? What if today is the day that you decide to take aligned action instead of some willy-nilly action that makes it seem like you're taking action, but you're not? Sorry for that. What if today is the day that you declare to the universe and the trees and the animals and the birds, and anyone that can hear, what it is that you are about to do? Because the second that you are very brave, you are rewarded, because fortune favors the brave. That is one of those idioms that is so energetically charged. If you could just understand the energetics behind the words, fortune favors the brave, you would say, today I'm brave. One hand on the solar plexus, one hand on the heart chakra. Repeating these words out loud if you can, and only silently if you must, because the words that you speak have serious power. So you say them with conviction from your solar plexus, in charge of your confidence, your personal power, and all matters of growth and expansion. And love and intention from your heart chakra, in charge of forgiveness, love for yourself, compassion, empathy, and all the beautiful things for others. Oh, and your manifesting power, of course. I am strong. And I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. Just like Pippi when she's not pretending she's got a hurt leg. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong. And I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. And why did I do it? Because I am worthy and deserving of it. And so you take this thought, this feeling, this idea, this knowingness, this internalized, powerful energy, and you breathe it up the chakra system, giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator, out of the crown, the top of the head. Make it big, 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 wide, wide, wide. Take up space. And on the exhale, you let it down the chakra system. You keep the vision. You hold the faith. You know it's on the way. You're creating it. You're the artist and you are the tool. You know it's here in your reality. You drop it to the root. Cement it into your present time, space, reality in a clockwise fashion. One more time, I'm doing it with you breathing in. Holding it at the top, expanding it out. And on the exhale, you hold the vision, you hold the faith, you know it's on the way, you drop it down to earth, to the roots, cementing it in good in a clockwise fashion to your present reality. One more time, I am strong and I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. And why did I do it? Because I, say your name, Lindsay, am worthy and deserving of it. I hate it when I get a bad clap. Oh, that was a good one. Have a great day, you guys. I hope to see some of you inside of the Cosmic Collective that aren't already there, because I am transforming people's lives. Scratch that. I'm helping people transform their lives. I'm helping people. They are doing their push-ups. I'm saying, maybe try this push-up. Maybe try that push-up. There's a billion ways to do some push-ups. They're all going to build your muscles. All right. Have a great day, you guys. I will see you. Leanne King George, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the show. Have a great day. Thank you for the nice chat. I will see some of you guys on my page. I will see some of you on Discord. I will see a lot of you tonight at the spiritual chat. So please come with your questions, and I can't wait to hang out with you all. I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye to my YouTubers. Have a great day.